Hi and welcome. My name is Erin Wilson. I felt called to just start recording a message. And I won't be using any oracle cards today. I'll just be tuning into whatever organically comes up. And I'm going to invite you to just take a second, if you can, stop whatever you're doing and just come back to yourself for a moment and come back to your body. Find a moment of presence and stillness to allow the messages to land, but also just to give the nervous system a moment to settle and recalibrate. So I'm going to invite you to place a hand on your chest and one on your belly and take a deep breath in through the nose, a big sigh out, releasing any residual tension, stagnant energy, any feelings of frustration, anger, irritation, disappointment that you may be experiencing. Maybe some residual energy from things that have unfolded in your week or in your day. Another deep breath in and sigh out. It's not very often that we, or I should say I, take those intentional moments in the day to just recenter myself and take a deep breath. I feel like I could definitely do that more often. So maybe you resonate with that. And I think that is part of the message here today is that you are your most powerful self when your nervous system is supported and nurtured. And I think sometimes that can feel like just another thing to add to our to-do list, right? Oh, I have to regulate my nervous system on top of doing my work, making sure the house is clean, making sure the kids are fed, or whatever is on the list of things that's ever evolving and never seems to end sometimes. But it can really be simple. It can be as simple as taking 10 seconds intermittently through the day to take a deep breath, to just close your eyes even, and to, even take a minute to pause on the information that's coming in to your field because it's a lot. We're very, very connected to our phones, which can come sometimes with an expectation to always be available and to always respond quickly. Our nervous systems can become highly adaptable to that kind of energy, of rushing and urgency, but that's not the natural nervous system state. It really needs slowness. No, my gosh. Maybe slowless is something. What does slowless mean? Slowless. I don't know. Slowness and nourishment is what I was trying to say. Maybe you've been stumbling over your words. Maybe your brain feels a little bit jumbled or jammed up, and it's almost like it needs to cool down, right? Like, no machine can run constantly at a high functioning capacity. Machines even need maintenance and rest. So our brains need that too. And sometimes sleeping at night isn't enough. So I think this message is just a gentle reminder to take care of yourself and to not build it up in your mind to be this inaccessible, enormous task to add to your to-do list. Start really small, be really gentle with yourself. I did see 444 on my phone a moment ago, which speaks to establishing a solid foundation for ourselves to grow and to thrive. And literally pausing to breathe is one of the most basic things you can do to build that foundation for yourself. It's the very least of what you deserve. If you can go beyond that, maybe you have a bath, have a spa day, whatever your soul has been longing to do. And the more you resist, the more that you're experiencing resistance to self-care, to slowing down and to nurturing yourself, the more you need it. And this is something I've struggled with personally a lot. And I do have ADHD as well. So I think there's a lot of overlap there, a lot of connection, where it's like this roller coaster of pushing really hard and then being absolutely exhausted. Just last week, for example, it got to Wednesday and I was completely exhausted. And I was like, it's only Wednesday. I don't feel like I've been doing that much. And then I made a list of everything I'd accomplished between the Sunday and the Wednesday. And it was this massive list. I had made a lot of progress in my business. I'd had a business coaching call. I had ended this sort of mentorship relationship, this membership that I had been a part of for a long time, which had emotion behind it and was a challenging thing to face. And I had also, cooked dinner. I had kept the house clean and I had taken care of myself. I had done some self-care. I had done some workouts, and that's only a fraction of the list. So it's a really common pattern, I think, with women, and especially women with ADHD, where when that energy comes in, the natural inclination can be to ride that energy until it's completely gone. And for me, at least, it's, I think, even whether conscious or subconscious, a fear of when will I get the energy back again? It feels like I need to take advantage of it while it's there because I have no idea the next time it will come back, which is quite strange. And there's probably a lot more there for me to discover in terms of, where does that pattern come from? And how long have I been operating in that way? But anyways, I realized last week was a good reminder that I really need to work on stopping when my energy tank is at, say, a quarter full, rather than letting it get to zero, which can be really challenging because I might be like in a flow and I'm feeling really productive. My output's really high. But I tend to, in those cases, override those little whispers from my body saying that I'm going to need to take a break. I need to slow down. I need to shift to just resting, to maybe going for a walk, having a nap, doing something completely unrelated to what's on my to-do list and what I'm trying to accomplish. I just completely lost my train of thought. So again, I feel like a brain breaks are something to consider for yourself, especially if you've been experiencing confusion, distraction, stumbling over your words, mental fogginess, just feeling like your brain, the word gooey is coming to me, where it just feels gooey in there. Like it just doesn't feel like crisp and clear and smooth. And something I've been working on as well is tapping into the version of me that already has everything I'm working towards. All the manifestations and the desires have come to fruition. She's living in that reality. Tapping into her energy. How would she respond? How would she take care of herself? What actions would she take or not take? How would she react to things when they come up? How would she go about her day? And I find it can work really quickly to shift my energy, to give me clarity, to redirect me towards my North Star, because for her, it's super clear. Her boundaries are super clear. She takes really good care of herself. She navigates chaos and challenges with a calm demeanor, and she knows that she is well taken care of because she takes care of herself. So that may be a helpful exercise for you to try as well. And yeah, I just feel called to end this with a reminder to be gentle with yourself, take deep breaths. You're on the right path. You're making amazing progress. You're really hard on yourself, probably, if you're like me, and you hold yourself to such a high standard. You can probably relate to looking back and realizing you've done so much and no wonder you're exhausted. So if any of that or any of this has felt like you, this is definitely confirmation that this is a reminder that you needed right now. And to remember that life is long, there is lots of time to arrive and to enjoy the journey right now too, because it's not just about the destination. I know that's kind of a corny phrase that's said a lot, but it's true. Enjoy the journey. The journey only happens now. And then once you get to where you're trying to go to, then you move on to the next vision, the next goal, but you'll only get to experience this journey now. So just remember to take good care of yourself in the process and to enjoy it. And that's all. I hope you have a great rest of your day.